Good morning. When we think of the Norfolk Broads, we automatically think about messing about on the water. But there's also a lot of things to see and do on dry land after you've moored up the boat. Here's 5 suggestions for you, in no particular order. Number 1. Take a trip on the Bure Valley Railway. This is a narrow gauge railway which runs between Wroxham and the historic market town of Aylsham, a total of 9 miles. The track roughly follows the meandering River Bure through meadowland and ancient pasture. There's 3 stops along the way, including at Cottage, where you can also moor your boat. These stops aren't always open though, so check before you go. I've added a link to the Bure Valley Railway website in the text below. There's also a path along the side of the track, so you can walk one way and take the train back to where you started. Great fun for all the family, especially the adult children. Number 2. Climb up Ranworth Church Tower. Ranworth is a very popular mooring spot on Malthouse Broad, off of the River Bure. It's a lovely village, with a nice pub right near the moorings. The parish church of Ranworth, St Helen, has a tower which you can climb and see the views of the Broads and surrounding countryside. You'll find the entrance to the tower at the back of the church. 89 uneven steps, 2 ladders and a trap door. "89 steps later, we're level with the church bells. Here's the first ladder. Now we're on the next level, above the bells, with the wooden ladder leading up to the top. And here we are, with a wonderful view of the Norfolk countryside. Here we can see Malthouse Broad. Your boat will be moored down there somewhere. The wind vane at the top of the tower is based on a local legend. Pacificus was a devoted monk at St Benet's Abbey in the 15th century, who came to Ranworth Church every day with his dog, Caesar, to restore the rood screen. One day he was rowing back from Ranworth, only to see St Benet's ablaze and plundered. The other monks all fled, but Pacificus remained at St Benet's Abbey, continuing his work on the Ranworth rood screen until his death, upon which he was buried in the churchyard. We've climbed up here, now we've got to climb back down. And here are the 89 uneven steps. We won't be running down. About halfway down there's a view out onto the churchyard. Eventually we reach the bottom and find ourselves back in the church. Don't forget to make a donation to church funds before you leave. Number 3. Visit Toad Hall Cottage. Toad Hall Cottage is at How Hill on the River Ant. There's plenty of mooring space here. You'll find the cottage just off of the moorings, over a wooden bridge. This cottage has been home to generations of eel catchers. After being derelict for many years, it's now a Grade 2 listed building and preserved as a museum. We enter the cottage and find that it's been furnished with Victorian period items to give visitors a good feel for how life was lived here 150 years ago or so. This doesn't look much like your kitchen, does it? This room is filled with the eel catcher's tools of the trade, all handmade. Upstairs we find 2 bedrooms, one leading on to another. Outside, the Victorian garden has been recreated, mainly vegetables of course. Everything has its season. No salads in winter here. When the kids say they're bored, take them here. No TV, no internet, no TikTok or Insta. Those Victorians made their own entertainment. Number 4. Visit the Secret Garden. The Secret Garden is also at How Hill, near Toad Hall Cottage. If you walk up the gravel path leading up from the moorings, you'll come to the back of How Hill House. Continue walking behind the house and you'll see a small gate on the left-hand side. This gate leads onto a very pleasant path that winds through woodlands until you see a sign pointing you towards the Secret Garden. Continue along the path and you'll arrive at the garden. There's a boardwalk all around the gardens and other paths to explore. It's a lovely garden. These images were taken in May when the azaleas and rhododendrons were in flower. There'll be flowering plants for you to see throughout the season, whichever month you visit, from spring to autumn. There are many other things to do on dry land at the Norfolk Broads, but for number 5, I thought I'd suggest something a little different. Number 5 then is shopping in Wroxham. Why shopping in Wroxham? Well, when you start shopping in Wroxham, you'll notice something strange. A lot of the shops seem to be owned by a man called Roy. Actually, Roy's is a family business, started in 1895. It's expanded steadily since then and has stores all across the Broads area. But it's in Wroxham, where Roy's are based, that you'll understand why Wroxham is often called Roytown. Roy's have a big department store in the centre of the town. They also have a toy shop, and a pharmacy, and a DIY store, and a McDonald's franchise, and a garden centre. You can park in Roy's car park, and after all that shopping, you can fill the car up at Roy's petrol station for the journey home. So there we are, 5 suggestions for things to do in the Norfolk Broads on dry land. I hope you found some of these suggestions useful. If you like the vid, please subscribe to our channel, and thanks very much for watching.